What's up, guys? How we doing? Today, I wanted to make a controversial video talking about Jules R. Now, for those of you that don't know who Jules R. is, let me tell you. Jules R. is a person that keeps popping up in my YouTube feed, in my YouTube shorts, that apparently through the last few years has found a loophole on YouTube to show her butthole, basically. She does yoga instructional videos, but the point of the video isn't to teach yoga, it's to show her ass. That's what it is. If you look at her thumbnails, it's literally her legs up in the air spreading her cheeks. Like, it's literally her butthole to the camera. It is a loophole, and because YouTube only allows you to show sexual shit if it's for educational purposes. You remember that video of that guy using Nair on his butthole? So she found this loophole, right? And then that's it. That's her content. Just doing yoga poses in front of a mirror while fucking talking. And her shorts, especially, are just that. It's bending over in front of a mirror, and the thumbnail is always an ass. So she knows that somebody's gonna click. Guy see butt, guy click, right? And then she hopes to tell an important message during this short, but she knows that the people watching are tuning her the fuck out because it's a bunch of 30-year-old dudes that clicked on it just to see her butt. And as she's talking over a video of her just bending over in front of a mirror and showing her ass, and that's it. The first video I seen from her was pretty fucking... She made a pretty broad claim. So it was a YouTube short. The thumbnail is her usual thumbnails. Her butthole. It's not actual nudity, but it's literally like, it's sexually suggestive. You can go over to her channel and see. I'm not lying to you. It's full on sexually suggestive. It is just a thumbnail for a guy to click on, to look at her ass for 30 seconds, tune out what the fuck she's saying, and she knows that and profits off that, while in the video talking about how good and caring of a person she is. So the first video I saw from Jules was her talking about how she's a nurse turned sex worker, and that it's interesting to her that sex workers seem to always have a history of being a nurse or somebody in education. They seem to be caring people, more caring than others, and sex workers are just misunderstood, feel like they don't belong, and they're unique and special, and they're more caring than you. Let me tell you something, from narcissist to narcissist, you're a fucking narcissist. You are not a caring person. If you were a caring person, you would still be a nurse. First of all, becoming an RN is one of the easiest positions to become. Okay? You have applied minimum effort throughout life at every turn. I have no doubt you had C average fucking grades in high school. You became an RN because it required the least amount of effort. It requires 2 years of college, and it's the cheapest route, which is why you have so many shitty nurses. When I say that there's so many shitty nurses, I ain't trying to be mean. That's just the fucking truth. When my wife gave birth, literally the way that she was treated by nurses was insane. It's like they literally just don't give a fuck about you. The way that I've been treated in hospitals, the way that I have just seen somebody that cares about somebody isn't doing it for the applause. They aren't doing it so they can, in 10 years, after, becoming a millionaire through finding a loophole to show their asshole brag about how caring of a person they used to be because they are an RN. You would still be an RN despite it paying less because you care about people, so you want to help people despite it paying less. But you don't care about people. You became an RN because it was the easiest fucking option for you. Then you became a sex worker because it made more money and required less effort. Then your YouTube comment is just you literally doing what a fucking toddler could do. It is literally just bending over. Like, see, there's plenty of yoga instructors out there that actually want to educate you in yoga. This woman is not one of them. Go look at her thumbnails and tell me that she actually gives a fuck about educating you in yoga. You wouldn't be up here with your fucking legs like this and your goddamn thumbnail caring about fucking yoga, okay? Oh, you thought that was funny? You don't give a fuck about teaching people about yoga. You just found a loophole to be sexually exploitive. And so that's how you grew. And then once you found your audience, what happened? You became an OnlyFans model. And so this video really irritated me because you're trying to cope clearly with the fact that you're just a fucking sex worker now, and you're trying to imply that all sex workers are just actual caring, misunderstood people. Let me tell you something. I've seen a lot of sex workers. Hell, my ex-wife, both of her sisters are sex workers, and they're some of the biggest pieces of shit that you'll ever fucking meet. One of them literally lied about having AIDS, created a GoFundMe about having AIDS, and to this day claims she has AIDS. She doesn't. Fucking uses OnlyFans as a way to make a little bit of money to go buy meth. Like, I have literally watched OnlyFans models be shitty, and you're using your platform to influence women everywhere how to not be. I don't get it. What do you want? What do you want? Because I'm tired of giving women rides that are literally in tears because they got harassed all fucking day by men. I would like to believe that you would want to live in a future where you're not getting harassed by men, right? Where you're not getting objectified by men. Where making a fucking career and being an independent woman isn't something... What? Come here. What do I tell this little girl? Huh? Jules? Do you think what you're doing is actually helping people? Do you think you're helping young women everywhere? No, you're throwing them under the bus to make a buck. You are enabling creeps to be creepy. That's all porn really does. And you have done nothing your entire life but put in minimum fucking effort. So congratulations on your success. Congratulations on your 1 million subscribers. Her latest short is called Full Circle Moment. I don't know why it keeps popping up in my feed. If you've noticed, I can't be the only one. Every short is a butt. It's some woman posting a thumbnail of her ass, and then the video is just that. It either has nothing to do with her ass, or it's like a small snippet, but you know that it's going to get clicked on by a bunch of guys because it's a butt, right? And then you try to put something of substance together, but can't, not even for 30 seconds, just to get clicks. It's amazing. Your whole channel is just a fucking, look at me, I can bend over channel. Look at me, I'm telling you how to do yoga, but in reality, you're just fucking sitting here bending over in front of a goddamn mirror, keeping the idea alive that you are just nothing but an object to fuck. Congratulations. For every woman out there like you, there are 10 more that are trying to actually make it on their own that could strip that don't. Look at Gabby Bella. She's a good example of an actual full circle moment. Somebody that actually is pretty enough that could strip, but doesn't. She chooses to make content being entertaining and funny and uses her personality, something you could never do, Jules. So what you do is the easiest route possible. It's show your butthole. And instead of doing it on Twitch, instead of being a hot tub streamer, no, you did it on YouTube because you found a loophole. Educational purposes, am I right? I've watched some of your yoga videos. It's not even like you're fucking teaching people how to do yoga. It is literally just, look at this thumbnail. It's as sexually explicit as possible. Click on it, and it's just you doing fucking yoga poses while talking. That's it. That's it. And you know that half of your audience is tuning out what the fuck you're saying because they're there to jerk one out. And the other half of your audience is actually looking up to you, thinking that they need to be like you to succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, or ladies, you don't need to be like that to succeed. You don't need to. Life is hard, man. It's hard to survive out here. It is. And being an OnlyFans model, yeah, that makes you some good money. It's minimum effort. You can make good money. You can become like Jules here, and you can have a full circle moment. In her full circle video, she's just sitting here talking. Again, everything is her voicing over, just showing her butthole the entire time. If you actually cared about what you were talking about, Jules, you would sit down in front of the camera and talk about it. But you know that that's not what the people are here for. So everything you're saying in your video, you're intentionally doing while fucking bending over in front of a mirror because you know nobody is there for what you have to say. So what is the point in what you're doing? How can you call that a success? People aren't there because they like your personality. People aren't there because they care about what you have to say or your message. That you're so unique and a caring person because you used to be an RN. Oh my God. Caring people help people because they want to, not so they can post to fucking Facebook about it. If you cared about people, you would still be a nurse. Stop being a narcissistic asshole and being under this guise that OnlyFans model are caring fucking people. Because you're not. You're throwing people under the bus to make a buck. That's what you're doing. You are never going to have progress. You are never going to escape this idea that you are just an object for a man's desire. You are never going to be an independent woman if all you have to offer is something that everybody has. Do you not understand that? I am tired of seeing these shorts. They're so fucking just easy. Just easy. Dude, like anybody could do it. Anybody. Like anybody. It is the most simple fucking thoughtless. Here, let me bend. I'm gonna film me for 20 seconds bending. Oh, that's a good angle. Yeah, you can see my asshole just perfectly right there. Okay, so perfect. I'm gonna bend over and do these sexually explicit poses for 20 seconds. Now I'm gonna do a voiceover and talk about how good of a person I am. Full circle moment. Never in a million years did I think that after creating this channel of me just doing butthole poses in front of my mirror, that I would be able to buy my own house. But here I am. And I'm so proud of myself because I've done such a good job and I've worked so hard to get here. Bitch, you didn't work hard. You did nothing. You didn't do anything in high school. You became an RN because it required the least amount of effort. You said, fuck this. This is too much work. I don't actually give a fuck about caring about people. And don't fucking tell me that being an RN isn't enough money because I'm out here making a living as a single dad, as a fucking Uber driver. So I know good and damn well that being a nurse as a single woman is enough to survive. It's just not enough to make you happy. It's not enough to make you rich, which I guess is the goal of everybody, right? But see, what you should be teaching women, your whole idea, everything that you say in your videos is such a contradictory to what is on screen. Oh yeah, I'm a very caring person. I used to teach children something you can't prove. I used to be a nurse. Again, I know it's going to be controversial whenever I say that a lot of RNs become RNs because it's the easiest thing to get into, but that's the truth. It requires 2 years of college. It's the easiest thing to jump into. And if you'll notice, your girls that didn't try in high school, or at least half the girls that didn't try in my high school, are now RNs. Why? Because they had C average grades and it's the easiest thing to become. You don't believe me about how shitty nurses actually are? Go on Reddit. See how nurses talk about their patients. See how fucking gross they are. I have seen some nurses say some of the most vile and disgusting shit about their patients that come in on Reddit, and it is insane. And I'm not saying that's every nurse. There are nurses out there that genuinely do care about people. But not every nurse cares about people. My wife, when she was pregnant and gave birth, right? And we were in the hospital, she needed to pee. But her epidural made her legs like numb. She could not walk. And she needed help walking, and I wasn't allowed to help her. The nurse had to help her. It was 2 a.m., okay? And she's clicking the button, needing to pee. And nothing was going on. And this nurse took 30 minutes to come in. I actually had to go find her. And what was this nurse doing, you ask? Well, it wasn't being busy taking care of patients, which is what I figured it was. I figured surely she had to be busy. Surely somebody came in from the ER or something. Nope. She was sitting there watching a movie at the counter. Yeah. And my wife pissed herself. And she cried about it because she was really fucking embarrassed. And I bitched at the nurses about it because you're over here making your patients piss themselves because you're too lazy to push pause on your fucking movie and come help your goddamn patient. And then whenever I had the gall to get an attitude with the nurse, they had the gall to sit here and ask Ariana if I was abusive because rather than take responsibility for being a shitty nurse, thankfully Ariana cussed them out too because, yeah, that was bullshit. She can't walk. She needed to pee. There is no reason that she should have had to wait 30 fucking minutes for you to walk 10 feet. You were literally doing nothing. Like, the way that I have been treated, the way that I have seen nurses treat people, no. You don't just get to say that you're a good, caring person because you were an RN once. Okay? If you actually cared about people, you would still be an RN, despite it paying less. Because caring about people is why you do it. Do you see what I'm saying? So the fact that you're willing to leave that because, well, this requires less effort and makes more money kind of shows that you don't really give a fuck about caring about people. You just became an RN because that was the easiest thing for you to do at the time. Then what was easy for you to do after that? Being a fucking sex worker. You do nothing but set women back. Your videos are fucking horrible. Your thumbnails are fucking horrible. Congratulations, you found a loophole on how to sit here and be sexually explicit on fucking YouTube. And now you have your own house. Yay. What a success. My God, you're such a special and caring and hardworking human being. Oh, my God. Oh. After doing a 12-hour shift and being a single dad and busting my ass, I get to come home and see women like this sitting here acting like they're worth a shit. Talk about how fucking caring they are whenever I'm actually out here, you know. I swear to God, I don't think there's anybody, like, the amount of people that do the right thing when no one's looking is less than 1%. Like, am I supposed to come out with a video every time I help an elderly woman fucking get into my car and take her to a nursing home? Because that's what half of you do. Anytime you do something nice for somebody else, you have to fucking film it. post it. Look at how good of a person I am, guys. I helped this elderly woman. Look at how good of a person I used to be. I used to be an RN, so, like, her video, that first video of just talking about how sex workers are caring, unique, hardworking individuals that or just can't find their place and they just want to help people and then they end up doing the job that helps people the least. That's funny. That's really funny and contradictory as you're profiting off a video by just showing your ass. And people are tuning out what you're saying because people are just there to see your ass. As you profit off that, you're talking about how much of a caring person you are. That's what I have a problem with. Okay? Just say it what it is. You're a fucking internet whore. You're a fucking... You put in minimum effort throughout life. Now you're rich for it. Good job, Jules R. My goodness gracious. Look, from one narcissist to another. Cut the shit. Why even do the voiceovers on your shorts? Just don't talk. You know people ain't there to fucking listen to you. They're just there to watch you be an object, right? So why are you even doing a voiceover? What's the point? Because if you actually cared about what you were saying in the video, you would be doing what I'm doing, talking to the camera. If the message that you had to say was so important, that's what you would be doing. But it's not. The point of your video isn't to get your message across. It isn't to have something to say. It's a short. It's to get a click by showing your butt. That's it. And remain and to fucking grab the audience's attention and keep it by just being sexually explicit. Nobody's listening to what you have to fucking say, except maybe other sex workers. And you're profiting off that and claiming to be a good person. It's disgusting. And it's fucking backwards as shit. If you don't believe me, go look at her channel. Go look at her thumbnails. Literally, all she does is just fucking pretend to teach yoga, but really she's just being sexually explicit and found a loophole to be that way. That's all her videos are. That's all her shorts are. While sitting here talking about what a good, caring person she is. Good, caring people don't talk about what good, caring people they are. Okay? Lesson of the day for you. Stop fucking lying to yourself. Stop cope. That video of you talking about how good of a person you are is clear cope. It's, I'm a sex worker and I have done minimum effort throughout my entire fucking life and I have succeeded through that. But I don't like the idea of just being a sex worker, so I'm gonna mentally tell myself that I'm a good person because I used to be an RN. You're not. You're throwing women under the bus. For every women that are tired of getting catcalled, for every woman that I give a ride that's basically in tears because she got hit on all fucking day, you help contribute to that. You do. You can blame the guy all fucking day long, but if all the guy sees when he gets home are shorts like yours, then what the fuck do you expect? How do you expect a guy to take you seriously? How do you expect a guy to go out and not be a fucking creep towards others when you enable that fucking behavior? That's all you're doing. That's all you're fucking doing. You're enabling creeps to be creeps. And then that creep is going to go on and be a creep to somebody that doesn't want that kind of attention. There's women out there that literally fucking agree with me, by the way. So before you even fucking try your bullshit, I have had this conversation with several women. You are a fucking cop-out. You're a C-average fucking student that never tried in life, put in minimum effort, and succeeded. Congratulations. And I know that you're one arguing, well, he's just jealous, blah, blah. No, I'm not fucking jealous at all. What is there to be jealous of, man? I'm a pretty handsome guy. I could probably make an OnlyFans. I'm not doing too bad body-wise. Fuck it, right? It's harder to make it on OnlyFans as a guy, but I would never fucking do that because I would rather work and actually help people even if it pays me less. See, that's the thing, Jules. You gotta put your money where your fucking mouth is sometimes, and you've never done that. I just cannot stand to come home after a 12-hour shift, cooked fucking dinner, did all the shit that I do in a day, just to see some single woman talk about how caring and hardworking she is as she bends over in front of a camera, has no personality worth liking, literally knows what she's doing by making the thumbnail what it is. I'm going to get a click because I showed my butt. I'm going to keep the audience's attention for no longer than 30 seconds because I'm incapable of doing that because I don't have a personality or anything to show. I don't have anything to say. People are just here to see my ass. And other sex workers are here to cope and feel better about themselves. You don't get to have it both ways. Either you're going to just be a fucking sex symbol and that's where women are going to stay and they're just going to be sexually abused and mistreated for the rest of time. Or, I mean, that's the option we're going, right? With Andrew Tate clones and little Cardi B's, I've already talked about this in the misogyny video. Like, I would like to think that as a woman, you would want to be independent and make it on your own. You no longer have to, like, we're celebrating. It has been 50 years since women have been allowed to have their own bank accounts. Did you know that? 50 fucking years ago, women were not allowed to have their own bank accounts. And that's not that long ago. If you think it is, it really isn't. Women are just now getting to a point to where they can become independent. And that is something to be proud of. Busting your ass and making it on your own and not relying on a guy like the generations before you, that is something to be proud of. But this is literally the opposite of that. You're not independent whenever fucking your literal money comes from men. Your mom just slept with guy to guy for a place to stay. This is the same thing, except instead of sleeping with the guy, you just get this is literally this generation's way of getting guys to pay your bills. You are not independent. Do not fucking claim that. The girl busting her ass and working a 9-to-5 and making ends meet, she's independent. You are not. You are literally relying on dudes to buy your nudes and to click on your fucking videos of you showing your butthole. Outside of that, what the fuck would you be? If you didn't have that, if you didn't get your millions from that, where would you be today? That sounds like anything but success to me. Yeah, congrats. You got enough money to set you up for the rest of life, and you're going to be a narcissist for your entire life and think you're the shit because you're fuckable and your value as a woman is being fuckable, when that's exactly what we're trying to get away from, are we not? You know, I saw a video on Facebook yesterday, and it was actually made by a woman, and it said, I paid all my bills, did all the dishes, and took care of all my responsibilities. And then she flipped to another character and said, it's called being an adult. And boy, I wish you could see the comment section on that video of the women fucking going off on her and cussing her the fuck out. What do you want? Do you like, when a woman makes it on her own, you want to be praised for it. But isn't that sexist? Guys make it on their own by default. You have to. So isn't it kind of sexist to applaud you for doing bare fucking minimum, which is paying your bills and surviving on your own, when half of you aren't even doing that? You're taking dudes' money for fucking hot tub streams or OnlyFans. Like, it's an accomplishment to make it on your own. Yeah, considering after what I just said, that, 50 years ago, women couldn't even fucking create their own bank accounts, but that was 50 years ago. Today, it's just kind of expected, man or woman, that as an adult, you need to take care of your own shit. And you want applauded for doing so. Is that not sexist? To sit here and be applauded for literally paying your own bills? Is that not? Like, what do you want? Do you want equality or not? Because equality, okay, is being a fucking adult and taking care of your shit like you're supposed to without getting praise for it. You don't get praise for paying your bills like a responsible adult. That's just what you're supposed to do. But all these people in the comment section freaked the fuck out on this woman. Absolutely bullied the shit out of her for simply saying, wow, you took care of your bills, that's called being an adult. And my God, y'all don't even know what you want. You want to be applauded for doing bare minimum, but you want to be equals. Which is it? You don't get to have both. You don't get to fucking make a living on OnlyFans or get applauded because you paid your own bills. Get applauded for doing the most basic shit that a man has done since the beginning of time. And then turn around and say that you want equality. I don't get it. So we're supposed to applaud you for paying your own bills. I just don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. We're supposed to applaud you for paying your own bills when that's what every man does. So that's sexist in a way. Treating you as equals would be, like this woman said, calling you, okay, that's bare minimum. There's the cold water. You paid your own bills, congrats. You single moms out there, I'm starting to figure out that shove iPads in front of your kid's face so you can go fuck the third guy of the week that you're going to move in with next week. Dude, I was raised by a horrible woman. I was mentally and physically abused by my ex-wife. Sitting here single-handedly raising a kid, and I get to sit here and watch women boast about doing bare minimum, and women like Jules R, who literally is the opposite of what success looks like. You have done nothing but put in the least amount of effort in life and succeeded through showing your asshole. Congratulations. What makes you special is what everybody in the fucking world has. Congrats, Jules. You throw women under the bus everywhere. For every woman that's tired of getting catcalled, for every woman that wants to be taken seriously as a woman, for every woman that wants to get away from that idea of just being an object, for every woman that's tired of getting fucking scared of going out in public, for every woman that's getting fucking sexually assaulted, for every woman that's getting fucking unfairly rated on Twitch by a fucking creepy man, for every woman that's getting hit on by a creepy fucking Uber driver, for every woman that is fucking sitting here actually dealing with sexism, you are absolutely helping contribute to that. I hope you know that. Because if every woman in the world does nothing but this content, you will never be taken seriously as a human being. Thanks for watching. Yeah, and I also wanted to take a moment to talk about the fact of how you're influencing young women. Okay? Think about that for a second. If a 16-year-old watches your videos, sees your success, sees the shit you're saying, and thinks that that's what they need to do, that's what they need to become to be successful, how are you helping them? How are you helping young women? Exactly. By telling them, hey, put in minimum, hey, you're pretty, do what I did. Just film your butthole. Hey, just film your butthole. Do OnlyFans. Yeah, that'll bring instant success. You'll make a lot of money. You can put in minimum effort. And then whenever you get catcalled tomorrow and treated like an object because every guy, all he gets to see on fucking Facebook every day is an ass after ass after ass after ass after ass, you can bitch about being objectified. See, the women that are actually going to change the world, that are actually going to go places, that are actually trying to fucking make a difference, are outnumbered by the women like you, Jules. And the way that you're going to affect the youth, the way that these OnlyFans models with fucking kids are going to affect the youth, it's going to be awful. You are telling little girls everywhere that to become successful, they need to do what you do. And that just keeps the idea alive. And you're never going to have progress. You are making it harder for women to progress. So, congratulations on your full circle moment. And I know that the only insult that you sex workers are going to be able to come up with is, oh, well, you're just some incel. You're just a misogynistic woman hater. And, well, let's actually compare here. I'm actually using my voice to speak up about women's issues. I call out men when they're being fucking weird. I call out women whenever they're contributing to sexism. I actually seem to care about sexism more than half of you. It's actually possible for a man to care about sexism more than a woman. You do know that, right? Just because you have a pussy doesn't automatically mean that you care about sexism more than a guy does. So, the incel, your stupid little fucking arguments, I'm over it. Say what you fucking want. I don't give a shit. What I want is a better future for my daughter. We're not going to get there through this. If this is what she has to grow up with, if this is what she's going to have to look up to and think she has to become to be successful, that is not good. That is the opposite direction that we should be heading in. Don't you think? I mean, unless you just want women to stay that sexually objectified, like, unless you want women to just stay in that confined role forever, then cut the shit. You're just fucking lazy. You don't want to get a job. You're not independent. Guys pay your bills. Cut the shit. Because I absolutely care about sexism. And an incel is somebody that can't get a girl. Getting a girl is not a fucking problem I have ever had. Not trying to brag. That's just the fucking truth. I'm single right now because I want to be single. Because I don't want, unlike half of you single mothers out there that just throw yourself at every guy and move from guy to guy's house, I don't want to date. Do you know why? Because best case scenario, I meet a woman and we hit it off. And in 10 years, we split up, and this little girl has to deal with losing her. Because the success rate of relationships are so low that the chances of me meeting a woman and us actually working out forever are next to none. So yeah, best case scenario, I meet a woman, we get along great, we're like two peas in a pod, and eventually it doesn't work out. And then my little girl has to deal with losing her stepmother. Or, worst case scenario, I get into a relationship and we fight all the time and she's got to deal with that. I choose to stay single because I don't want her to deal with either of those options. While half of you single mothers out there on OnlyFans are just going from guy to fucking guy, introducing your kid to guy after fucking guy, not giving a shit what that's going to do to your kid's psyche whenever they lose. That can, like, I've literally grown up in it, lived it, dealt with it. Dealt with having to lose stepdads that were actually nice. Dealt with having to see parents fight. Like, if my mom would have just been independent, that would have saved me a lot of bullshit that I had to deal with in my childhood. So, fuck what you have to say. I don't really give a fuck. I said what I said. You're helping contribute to sexism. You're a step back for women everywhere. So, yeah, man, I don't know what else to say other than your content is shit. And that is, I don't know, man. You got women out here that are actually trying really hard to make good content, and they're overlooked, and it's hard because most guys on most people that are successful on YouTube through commentary and gaming and whatnot are men. So it's hard for a woman to dominate in this field. Just like it's hard for a woman to dominate in Hollywood without being fucking... You know how gross that shit is. It's hard. What you did is you gave up. That's what you did. And if you think that's a good influence for our youth, for young women everywhere, you're fucking delusional. You make shit content. Call it what it fucking is. Stop doing voiceovers on your shorts. You know why people are there. Stop fucking pretending you're something that you're not. And whenever a woman finally does make a difference, whenever a woman finally does become president, whenever a woman finally does actually make a fucking difference, you're going to be the first ones to sit there and take all the credit. Just like you did in high school when you copied off the girl that tried. I cannot fucking tell you how many OnlyFans models have sat here and said, well, having a career is the same as doing OnlyFans because you're selling your soul to the government. You're selling your body to the government. So it's no different. And that sounds an awfully lot like coke to me. And then you're the first one to sit there and act like you give a fuck about women's issues. And the first one to pretend like you helped contribute to the betterment of women when a woman actually busts her ass and makes a change. It's unbelievable. I mean, shit, I saw a meme yesterday that said, it was quoting a guy and it said, why would I pay for OnlyFans whenever I could look up, titties for free on Google? And there are literally women out there saying that that's sexist. That you're a sexist incel if you look up images for free instead of paying for this bitch's OnlyFans. That's how fucking delusional y'all are getting. Oh, you're not gonna buy my OnlyFans? You're gonna just look up better titties for free? Wow, what an incel. That is sexist. You're also the first ones to falsely claim sexual assault when you don't get your fucking way. You're the first ones to claim that you were abused when you're the abuser. You're the first fucking ones to... You set women back in numerous of ways. You're a fucking narcissist. Just like me.